Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to the Dime Podcast, episode 1. I'm your host for the night, Jadon. Thank you for joining us on this very serious time we're going through in America. I want to send my prayers and shout outs to everybody that's out here affected by this quarantine, this COVID-19, and this racial unjust right now. Um, First topic we're going to get into is we're going to get into this civil unrest that's going on in America right now. I'm seeing a lot of states and cities going through a lot. Excuse me. Um, it's a lot of unrest going on right now in the world. The world's just filled with hate. It's like one big melting pot of just one side that's been taught I don't even want to get into like everybody knows like the history of racism, but it's just like seeing it now. I remember vividly seeing Ferguson burned when Mike Brown verdict came back not guilty, which is still haunting to this day that the same system that we try to get justice from let us down again and again and again and again and again so much it let us down like that. That is just it's just a abomination of a government to be like, okay, we're gonna turn the other cheek, or we've seen the evidence of a man being murdered, or a child being murdered, or a kid being murdered on camera, African American kid, at the hands of a white officer, and we're still gonna let it go. Like, nah, it ain't. Which I feel like is bullshit. Cause like, all right, like with this George Floyd thing, I feel like that was a murder on camera. Like, you had your knee on that man's neck for 9 minutes. Like, trust me. Like, I've been choked out. I've been choked out, and I've been put in chokeholds. So I understand how how being choked for a long period of time can be like. But for 9 minutes, he had his knee on his neck, and the man screaming, "I cannot breathe." And that white officer did not one time have the sympathy, the empathy, or even the respect to give that man to let that man live and see the day, which is very disheartening to me to see as a young African American man growing up, Sadie, and just seeing just seeing my fellow brothers being like, "Look, be safe out here. You never know what these policemen. As long as you moving right, you never know what they might have in store." Because I know some African Americans who have never encountered the police, who never encountered the police. And I know some who have encountered the police more than 20 times. So it's just about who you are, and as a race, us sticking together just to like create change for ourselves and our country. Because America cannot continue to be like this when my child is born and my sister hits 21 and she's a full adult, and she's able to fully grasp what it's like being black in America. All right, off of that small little tangent, let's get into some real conversation. New music dropped this weekend, and there's a couple projects that stand out to me the most. Let me give somebody their flowers. Well, I'm gonna give a lot of people. I'm gonna give a lot of people their flowers. But the one person who, if we had a rap awards, they will get most improved 2020. And Lil Yachty, I was watching his little boat docu series, which he was doing leading up to a Little Boat 3, and I like what and I like what he said. I like what he said was he said he said in the video, for the past 2 years I've been chasing how to beat who in numbers, and now with this project I just feel free and there's gonna be an energy. And I kept saying that about Lil Yachty's projects, like the little from teenage emotions to now. I feel like Yachty it felt like Yachty was giving us cartoonish like 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 sing songy song. And from the Yachty that I had first witnessed, which was I had I heard of him from of course one night, but then I heard Lil Boat one, and then summer songs, and then I was there early with Yachty, and I was right there at Teenage Month when he dropped, and like I check out Yachty projects, but as I'm listening to Yachty the old Yachty projects like Lil Boat 2 and Teenage Emotions, like those projects were, in my opinion, not good at all for me to listen to. So I kept saying, "All right, Yachty, like this next project, Yachty has to come and at least drop some hot stuff." Cause I mean he had that one mixtape where he had Boom, he had NBA, Young Boat, um and then Nothing to Prove. He had my favorite song from him in recent memory, which is Give My Respect. And if he would and I liked that song on that project. If he would have gave us 4, 5, 6 more of them, Nothing to Prove, I think good. But when I hear this project, oh yeah, yeah, that Part of Me featuring Future song is a great song. Can't wait to hear that out. Um, that whole time part, the split whole time part, I like that whole time part a lot. That beat is just it's nostalgic. Um, yeah, shout out to Yachty for coming back and being all right, I mean, cause at one point in time it was Uzi and Yachty taking over this new school mumble rap game lane that Uzi, Cardi, the Migos, like Yachty was one of the pioneers of this mumble rap, and to see him hear that, I was the to hear him cause him and Yachty took him and Uzi took two different paths where I, I don't think Uzi ever. Well, we in this number age too, so it's everybody trying to get the biggest streaming numbers, and then and then and then any of other artists who I'm going to talk about who the next artist is really going to go who really falls in this category. Artists who doesn't care about streaming and just puts out good bodies of work and just be like, all right, look, I'm gonna give the fans a good body of work. So shout out to Yachty for putting out a good project. Lobo 3, go check it out. It has Tyler on there. By the way, side note, Tyler, you've been on everybody project, and you've been on projects that I never thought I'd see you on. Shout out to Tyler. I think Tyler's having that J Cole year. I'm not gonna say J Cole year, but J Cole was last year or I think it was 2018 or 2019 when J Cole went on that features run where he was on everybody's project, and you be like, damn, J Cole's on this. I still like J Cole's Pablo Boat first. That verse on and then that verse on Soldier with him and Rhapsody. I love that song featuring him and Rhapsody. That song speaks to me every time. But shout out to Yachty. Now Freddie, Freddie, Freddie Gibbs, and the one man army behind the boards, Alchemist. Before I get into Freddie Gibbs, Alchemist, you are in my top five greatest producer of all time, right there. Preem, you, Dilla, Dre, and I'm gonna say RZA, but I'm gonna put Metro Boomin probably six, cause Alchemist, like you've been doing this 10 plus years in the game. You had hits from Mobb Deep, Jay Z, J Electronica, Griselda, Rock Marciano. Like you got hits with everybody, like Mac Miller, hits, but like it just doesn't stop. And for Alchemist for the past 3 years, because I caught on Alchemist like 2017. So to see 2018, 2019, 2020, the Alchemist is like starting to get that. I mean, cause like, he got worldwide fame, but like starting to be like, all right, now Alchemist is now becoming a world like Alchemist right there next to goddamn Snoop Dogg. When you like say household names, like you feel me? It's like it's getting to that point. So and then the man is incredible on the beats. Like when I like this new Alfredo project is just absolutely ridiculous. Like Alchemist, I really want to know what type of kush you are smoking so I can get a batch real quick and just get in there. Because when Alchemist gets in that nasty guitar sounding vibe, he's like, oh, here we go. We are in for probably some of the greatest music we ever finna expect. And this project came out of nowhere because I always thought, and this is just on Alchemist side, and then I'm gonna get to Freddie. On Alchemist side, I always wanted, like, Alchemist and Freddie did do a project before this, which was called FREDDIE, which they did with Currency, Freddie Gibbs, and Alchemist. I I call that project classic. Like it's 7 songs, but it's 7 songs of okay, these songs like it's a body of work that like it's probably like I don't like all right. It's classic to me because it's 7 songs and it's like under an hour. So it's like every song is low key short, but it's like you get consistency on every single song. And then when I think of a classic album, like the replay value really comes in handy to like being like, all right, can I like how? Because like when albums drop now, how many times do you go back to listen to an album that's dropped and then you're like, all right, like for example, Astroworld, like I still play Astroworld to this day. I still play Nipsey's album to this day. I'm I'm playing Bandana more now than I probably played it when it came out. Um, like it's just replay value is crucial nowadays because like, all right, can I go back and like 5 months later when I'm in a whole different vibe? Can I listen and put that song on and it'll still sound like something new. So shout out to Alchemist for like he's having his year. Like he is right now leading producer of the year by far. Freddie Gibbs. Now, you, sir, are low key 4 for 4 in projects. And when I say this is that if you just look at like if somebody's name right now, all right, name me 4 Freddie Gibbs projects that I should start with. I'm gonna go out now. I'm gonna be that guy and be like, all right, you got Pinata, you got Bandana. Most people, most people, a lot of people would say Freddie. I'm gonna say Fetty, and then I'm gonna play them Alfredo. So you got Pinata, Bandana, Fetty, and Alfredo. Those 4 projects are to me 4 for 4. I don't want to hear nobody else. Like I think like West Side's close. West Side's close. He got like I think 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 5 5. Cause like them like, and I'm gonna get into a deep and like I'm gonna do a whole episode dedicated to Benny and like just whole Griselda because like they deserve that credit. But Freddie like ever since like 2017 when he got out, he just been hitting the ground strong running. And that Bandana project is just still fire. Like him and Madlib really took time. And then shout out to the person that made him make this project. Cause thank you for having us get songs like Frank Luke like oh we got time today. When I heard like Alchemist and his beats is just ridiculous, but every project you had them 2 or 3, 4 beats, you like my God, like what were you doing? That guy is perfect beat, which is probably gonna play during his podcast somewhere. That beat is nasty. Like I don't know what Alchemist was in the booth smoking, thinking when he heard that sound melody. Like I don't know what he was thinking. I'm glad he thought that Frank Lucas beat just sounds like the pure grimy. Not the grimy hand, but it sounds spooky, like dirty, like sound like 3 day old cheese. Like it's just like nasty. And then Freddie Gibbs low key is underrated when he gets to talking about like his like his family, his love life. Like out of many, like my top 3 songs, my top 5 songs on Bandana is Practice, Freestyle Shit, Fake Names, Cataracts, and Crime Pays. So whenever you hear them, so when he got on Practice and he started talking about his baby mother and his child's mother, and I have listened to Freddie Gibbs for a minute, and I was like, damn, I never heard him get that introspective and be like, all right, I'm gonna get y'all the real with this. So to hear him on Babies in Full and that all of me, that little like that little sample part just captured the song for me. I was like, yep. Um, Conway the Machine. Damn, nigga, like you and Benny. Like I would have loved West Side Guns project, but shit, we know West Side like is not a rapper no more. West Side's like West Side's West Side's like a staple in this culture now. We're like we understand why he's not giving us no rap verses because he's out here doing like way more bigger things. Like he could have still seen like a little do like a little ad libs talking shit on the beat, but if it didn't fit, it didn't fit type shit. But I'm glad that well, shout out to Freddie Gibbs and like Alchemist man, cause like I live in the Midwest and like we get everything so late, and then like we don't like we don't have that grimy rap scene down here. We just got the little trap wave, and so it's good getting that refreshing hip hop. Whereas like you can take a break from all the littles and all the little FAC 22s and all these little dudes out here that's rapping, and then you get to like hearing some boom bap beats and hearing like the real essence of hip hop type shit. Um, Another topic I want to get into is, and this is completely off topic, but this is in my brain. A lot of underrated players that have came and went during the sports. Like if we had like a almost Hall of Fame, like we had an almost Hall of Fame, where it's like You were good enough for like a period of time, but you're probably not gonna get the Hall of Fame look because of champion. Like for example, like we know, like I know Patrick Ewing. I had to I had to look it up. But I think Patrick Ewing is in the Hall of Fame, or I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, but probably won't because of the rings and like like the ring. Like Robert Ory has 7, Bill Russell has 11. Like but I feel like for example, like Calvin Johnson was an amazing player out there to watch. Like it was different seeing Calvin Johnson, Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Ed Reed, LaDainian Tomlinson, Brian Westbrook. Like like it was different seeing them every Sunday play football, and then after every game you watching Sports Center and you seeing what what brutal hit Ed Reed or Ray Lewis did, or or what what amazing catch did Fitzgerald or Calvin Johnson do. Like, and then not even just in football, but like guys like who I feel like is the number one most underrated baseball player, and if he didn't have knee surgeries, oh, he would have been cold. Brandon Roy, I used to watch Brandon Roy highlights, and Brandon Roy was cold. He just like it was just injuries that prevented his career from like being like one of the greatest ever. But if injuries did not slow him down, and like just for example, like Danny Granger played good, but the injuries kind of messed him up. And I don't and like I don't and like I think for a brief time we did see the tandem between Danny Granger and yeah, Danny Granger and Paul George, because both of them probably could have did like wonders in Indiana too, where you had Danny Granger, Lance Stevenson, and you had PG. Yeah. Um. Who else? Who else would play that? Play that? Darren Williams. Like I like the Darren Williams when he was playing. Like Darren Williams in that Jazz era. Like yeah, he was a cold player too. Cold player too. Um. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, but so thank y'all for listening to episode 1 of the podcast. Be sure to tune in to all the newest episodes. Follow me on my social media at Twitter at Jadon Williams, at Facebook at Jadon Williams, and then yeah, follow me on Cash App too if you really want to follow a brother. But but to everybody out here that's in these protests and these peaceful protests, but in the protests for real, I want y'all to be safe out here because the police is really on edge with us. And to all my black brothers and queens, please stay safe out here. Like we are getting killed off out here. So I want to tell everybody, please be safe. Keep your children safe. Um, underrated. Well, every episode I'm gonna leave y'all with a song of the week so y'all can just check out new music. This week, this week I'm gonna put on a well, he's not new artist. Well, he's new to well, he's older than me, new to y'all. Um, check out the new Sir, well, old Sir album, but check out Sir, the recipe. It's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, but type in Sir, SIR, the recipe. I'm your host Don for the day, and this has been episode 1 of the Don podcast. I'll see you for episode 2. Godspeed. Please stay safe for her. And yeah, we out.